reporting behind the scenes tonight, including talking to some of the Democrats who are going to be in charge of key elements of the of the congressional leadership in the House. And Ari, I've just received a note that says that you have spoken with Congressman Jerry Nadler. He's the likely incoming chairman of the Judiciary Committee. Obviously, everybody hears Judiciary Committee, they think Watergate and they think impeachment proceedings. Congressman Nadler has made clear that's not what he wants to talk about. That's not what he sees as central to his role on the Judiciary Committee. What did he tell you tonight about what his priorities are going to be?
That's right, Rachel. I spoke to Jerry Nadler, who's the top Democrat ranking member, which means he's most likely to chair the committee. And he put down a marker on the record when we spoke. And he said if now Donald Trump tries to sabotage the Mueller probe or interfere by firing, quote, key people or abusing the pardon power, then, quote, all options are on the table. He didn't use the I word, impeachment, and as you say, they've been careful about that. But when someone running the Judiciary Committee in the House says all options are on the table, that's a clear marker. I also asked him point blank, okay, but what if there are other things done to slow the Mueller probe? What can you do if there's still this Republican Senate? And he said, for example, he didn't want to do hypotheticals, Rachel, but he said they have the power to order all documents legally preserved. That could include sealed indictments, grand jury material, other things that are legally protected. So this is another way that we're seeing directly from people on the staff of these committees, or in this case, the ranking member himself, outlining very clearly in public what they want to do. I also asked him, Rachel, about the potential removal of Jeff Sessions. And there he struck an interesting note. He said it would be suspicious if Donald Trump moves with haste to try to get rid of Jeff Sessions after these midterms. But his line is not the removal of Sessions, but he told me rather who would be put in. And is it a person that they see as designed to interfere with the probe or not?
Now, in terms of what you just said, Ari, about the preservation of documents, I mean, one of the things that we don't necessarily know, but we've been anticipating about Mueller is that he may make some sort of report to Congress. And that if he makes a report to Congress, Congress is going to have to decide what to do with it. Now, if that report goes to a Republican-controlled committee, we had a pretty good guess what might happen to that sort of a report. It might just disappear and never be heard from again. When Nadler talks about preserving documents, is he talking about making sure that any public production or congressional production from Mueller sees the light of day and gets to the public? Or is he talking about the risk that Mueller's office might be shut down, in which case his committee would try to physically preserve the material evidence that Mueller has collected?
I think in our conversation today over the phone, he was talking about the latter, the emergency preservation, because we do know that if there was a potentially unlawful removal of Bob Mueller, that itself would end up in court, but that takes time. He's saying the big difference starting tonight is that the Democrats have the legal authority to preserve everything even before the courts act. I think more broadly, we know from the Ken Starr precedent, there's the report that's issued that can guide the House, and then there's everything else that's in those files. And so it matters a lot right now that the Democrats have this extra power here to basically be a police bumper, a police line for this open investigation.
Ari Melber, that's great reporting. You're adding a lot to our understanding about what it means for the Democrats to be taking control of the House with tonight's elections. Thanks very much.
Thank you. Hey, I'm Ari Melber from MSNBC. You can see more of our videos right here, or better yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel below. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that.